There's a lot of reasons and a lot of different demographics.
When that
No,
trailer park
I'm
got
just gonna
bought
do
out
it.
by those
Okay.
investors, they
All right.
stole trailers
Okay.
from people.
In 3, 2,
Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas.
America!
See,
He knows the drill. He's been on before.
knows. Okay, and we have today, God, Foss and I are so excited. Okay, we have our dear friend Mike Furches and
Of
your
course.
beautiful wife, Mary Jane.
Right.
Okay, and some of you may know Mike here in Wichita. In addition to helping our area homeless, he also has I'm going to call it a street ministry that's getting ready to kind of grow. Is that right?
It's just grow or change. You could look at it either way. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really a new direction.
Okay, well that's even better. Where do you want to start? On our homeless and what you do, or do you want to go with the ministry?
You
My
tell-
choice.
Well, since we started talking about the new
Awesome.
ministry changes, let's go into that. What are
Okay.
they?
Well, in the past, Mosaic has been an organization that we initially started off as a church, and then as I came on board, I don't look like a typical church guy, and I'm probably not. And because of my background coming out of homelessness, we did a lot of work with the homeless. And then I had a ministry a number of years ago that we started called the Virtual Pew, which was an online ministry. And so we started out, we did a church downtown. You're talking about the trailer park people and the investors. I don't know if anybody remembers the Minnesota boys, the mafia
Yep.
kind of guys out of
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota. Well, they owned the property that we were releasing and doing a downtown ministry, and we were averaging probably 100 people a day and upwards of 250 people open 7 days a week. Was pretty remarkable, specifically to the homeless population.
Nice.
And so when they shut that down, when they went to sell that, I had like a guy, auctioneer showed up at my place and said, we're going to be auctioning this property off. Is how I found out about it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And-
whole thing was kind of gnarly.
Yeah, it
That's
was-
how they
it was-
go about it, though.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
they do.
surprising.
It was all over the news and stuff. So we decided then, well, what are we going to do? And some of the guys knew that we had lived in the community, and I'm talking about like old hippie kind of communities.
Yeah.
And I had lived in one in Chicago, and then we lived in one in Hillsborough, Kansas, of all places. And so one of the guys at the church said, he said, you guys have always wanted to live like in a community. Why don't we get a house that you can live in, and then you can bring people in. You can have small services there, help people that are homeless or whatever, and then from there help get them back on their feet, and then y'all can live there too. And so we did that, raised the money. Most of the money went through Midnight Brethren Foundation, and we got a 1% interest loan, and it raised probably almost half of what we needed, and then got the rest on a 1% loan that'll be paid off now in 5-6 years, something like that.
That's not bad.
So, and that's where we're at, and that's what we did. We met here. There's been times that we've had 175 people in this house
Really?
for Thanksgiving,
Wow.
for Christmas, and that type of thing.
Everybody.
But we're still so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had this was filled up, and the hallway, and then we had tables in the back of the yard and everything. But then, as the years have gone on, the numbers have dropped, and so we began to look at what can we do, because our focus changed. We were giving a lot of people food, but we weren't really helping people not become homeless. And so we decided that what we would do is that we would we'd bring folks in here. They would live with us. We'd help them on a short-term, long-term basis, predominantly a long-term basis, and then go from there. Well, the numbers have gone down because we're not downtown. We don't have the visibility that we once had. So that's where we were at. And what we're wanting to do is to still take advantage of the ministry work. We have a lot of people that have started contacting us, churched and unchurched, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever, and they'll, just because of the reputation I've been blessed to have with folks, they'll contact me and say, hey, I need prayer. Or we'll have people from another church, they'll show up and say, our church don't really care for us, can you guys pray for us? And so what we said we would do is that we would we developed a leadership team, people from around the community, and starting here next week, we're going to start doing a Tuesday night meeting, where we'll still be bringing folks in, we'll pray with them, and then we're looking at taking that and taking advantage of the Facebook Live option. Where we can do that, talk to people online around the country, around the world, take their requests, involve them in a brief time of discussion, and then as we go into the prayer time, cut that video feed off so where people don't have to be interrupted or anything.
That's so awesome.
That's
I have
awesome.
a couple questions.
Yeah.
You're still, it's always so encouraging when you hear people that are working with the homeless that they're not just, like you said, feeding or sheltering, that they're actually helping the homeless become not homeless. Are you still doing that?
Absolutely. Well, because that's a part of my DNA. That's a part of who I am.
Right.
Mary Jane, my wife, will tell you, when we first started dating, I lived at a YMCA homeless shelter. and I started showing up at her house, or actually her apartment on Tucker Street, which is about a half a block away, every evening at about supper time.
Oh.
Wow. She's a good cook, I bet.
Yeah, well, started doing that, and long story made short, Beach Boys were coming to town. I went, and only time I've ever hawked or pawned anything, I went and pawned my guitar to buy tickets to take her to see the Beach Boys. And the rest, we've been together 38 years, been married 37 years now.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I
You guys
was,
don't see that a lot anymore,
but I was homeless. I mean, I was living at the Y. She's had all of the issues that I've had to go with, and that I still have to deal with post-traumatic or with other aspects and other issues. She still has to deal with that. We've been married 11 years before she saw the seriousness of that. But coming out of that, how come I was able to get to the place where I have a home, I've had good jobs, I've had my dreams come true. Is God the type of God that He's going to do that for me and not for someone else? I don't believe that. I believe that if He'll do it for me, He'll do it for others. But sometimes people, they need the help getting back up.
They need that guidance. Is it they need that guidance?
I think they need role models and guidance.
Okay.
There's the mentoring movement, the peer.
I think there's hope too. They lose hope.
That's the key. The word that I'm operative on. We just saw the new phase Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
The Star Wars story. We just saw that, and it's not really it's what's the word? It's not a spoiler.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
at the end of the movie, there's a character. It's not Carrie Fisher, but another character playing Princess Leia, and her word is hope. And I thought, what a powerful way to pay tribute to Carrie Fisher.
Right.
Without their
Absolutely.
intent, they were not intending to do that because she was still
But
alive.
did so
Right.
without it.
Yeah. But hope is. I've done presentations across the country, from California to North Carolina and to Florida, and hope is the key word. And if you don't provide that hope, nothing else to me seems to work. All the mechanics and all the methods, the methodology, if hope is left out. I'm dealing with a guy right now that the host city's been working on, and I may visit him again today. I was visiting him yesterday, and we're talking about the possibility of coming in here. Everyone who works with the homeless in the city of Wichita knows this individual. Everyone. And I've offered for him the chance to move in here before. He's never taken me up. And there's a lot of things that we have to consider with that, because there's a serious alcohol problem there.
Okay.
And so we don't. What's going to happen? How it's going to work out? I don't know. But the key to get through to this individual, just as it is any individual, is to find somehow to give them a piece of hope, a taste of hope. So that's.
I think providing, stability,
A stable atmosphere.
exactly,
That's gotta
to
help a lot.
see
Yeah.
love still exists, things like this. You know what I'm saying? I think that starts to give them hope.
Yeah.
I think you provide a great service here. I did say I had 2 questions though, so I got one more
Okay.
for you. Okay, now if somebody wants to join this Facebook Live thing, how would one go about that?
Well, they're going
Which page
well,
do we
let's
get
go to the Mike Furchess page right now, and I'm close to 5,000 friends. So what we're going to have to do is probably create a page outside of that at some point
Right.
too,
Yeah, you would.
because the pages themselves, the personal pages, you can have up to 5,000, and I think I'm at 4,700 or
Right.
something like that. And then after that, you'd have to create a page. So we'll try to keep that going through. I know that Mosaic itself has a page, and I'm just not sure. I've got an individual I'm going to be talking to, and if anybody else has any tips on how to set that up for a larger audience. Certainly we put everything on public to where you don't have to be a friends only to participate as
On the
well.
Mosaic or on your personal?
Well, my personal page is most everything that's published there is a public post.
Okay.
To where non-friends can also access that. But that's part of the stuff we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
We're actually meeting about that. What's today? Tuesday. We're meeting Thursday night as a leadership team to finalize the details.
Okay. I noticed somebody was on the feed when I was driving over here, stating that he's done a lot of that before,
Yeah.
and he would be more than happy to
Yeah.
help you. So that's good.
Yeah.
Those live feeds, I really enjoy them. And I hope that Facebook won't take them away. But a lot of people too have, just like so many things in this world, a lot of people have taken advantage of it,
Yeah.
and they've used them to create hateful situations. And there's talk
Hurt
that they may take them
people.
down.
Yeah.
And I hope that doesn't happen. And maybe if there's enough good going out on versus all the negative and hateful stuff. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, those were options, and then YouTube is a live feed option as well. So we're still looking at those types of things.
Yeah.
The guy you talked about, his name is Edward.
I saw him.
Yeah, and but getting the advice. I run 3 websites, and I'm illiterate compared to how to do stuff.
It changes
thankfully,
all the time,
it
too.
does change. And the
It
technology
changes all the time.
so-
It's very time consuming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Yeah.
So, but those are the hope with what we can do with that.
I love it. Let me ask you something. In Wichita, I mean, I know you travel a lot, and I know we're going to have to take a break here in a minute. But when we come back, and we've interviewed others on the situation of being, homeless here in Wichita. In fact, we're going to go and meet a lady and get her on camera today. Her and her mother quit working. They have passageways, and they mostly work with veterans. But the thing that I like that they do is, after getting them in the safe home, they also help with driver's licenses, passports, resumes, and then all these area companies pay for moving vans and furniture and clothes and everything that they need to get them set up in that first apartment. Wow. And a job. Wow. And all the documents and everything, the driver's licenses, whatever. So in that case, I'm really seeing them trying to move people, past that homeless, and on to the next step. And when we come back, I want to get into that more.
Okay.
What is stopping, what's preventing us from getting a lot of these people to that next step? That's what I want to get into.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we had some answers. We'll go over that when we come back.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, we'll be right back. Real people, real life, Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas.
America!
America! Where were you guys?
Yeah, you guys